most dangerous thing we have ever experienced in Mexico. Hey there, Tangerinis! I'm Maddie.
And I'm Jordan.
And we are doing some errands today, so we're going to show you a little bit.
We are doing some errands today. I thought we were Tangerine Travels.
It's going to be a competition today between us as we do our laundry at a new lavanderia that we've actually, well, it's not super new. We've been there before. They did a good job. Can I just start this over? So if you remember from a few videos ago, we had taken our clothes to a lavanderia, but they did something with a nice shirt of mine, so we're going to this lavanderia, which we have been to once before and twice before. I don't have my details straight this morning. Oh my gosh.
We've been here twice before.
It's not even morning, it's afternoon.
7 kilos. And it's 80 for the first 4 kilos and 15 for each extra. So,
¿Me pones tu nombre aquí, por favor?
Ah, sí. Gracias. Va a estar listo más tarde hoy o mañana.
Hoy 7:30.
And now we are headed to Costco to get Laska some food because
Costco has some really good dog food, some high quality stuff. Someone commented after we bought Beneful last time that stuff just isn't good, and as it turns out, you were right. She
hated it, and
she didn't eat it, or she barely ate it, and what she did eat didn't stay
it went right
out.
back out the way it came. Right now we are taking Uber Pool and hoping that the other riders will be pool light.
I don't get it.
Pool light. That they will be pool light.
Got it.
This is a competition. Get it together, Jordan. Price, you were going to say?
Oh yes, 56 pesos. And it's quite a long ride. It's across town, something like 20 minutes probably.
So we're off to Costco, and who knows what other adventures are after that, so stay tuned.
¿Cómo está?
Bien, bien, buenas tardes. ¿Y ustedes?
Buenas tardes.
Bien, gracias.
Vamos a Costco.
Sí,
Sí.
Costco.
¿Ha vivido aquí en Guadalajara por mucho tiempo?
Sí, toda la vida.
Toda la vida.
Nos gusta mucho Guadalajara.
Qué bueno, nada más de repente ahora se ha soltado pues la violencia, pero estamos en tiempos de campañas políticas y ahorita los pleitos por el poder es exagerado.
Los eventos anoche.
Los eventos de
Sí,
ayer.
¿qué pasa todos en todo el mundo?
Sí, en general todo el mundo tenemos problemas ahorita.
La gente dice no es muy común aquí en Guadalajara. La próxima vez fue 2 o 3 años ya.
Sí, esto volvió a pasar hace 3 años exactamente cuando iba a haber elecciones para presidentes municipales.
Siempre está en el tiempo de elecciones.
Sí, viven en Guadalajara.
Sí, por 2 meses o quizás más.
Oh, muy bien.
Viajamos por México, pero decidimos que es quedarnos aquí por más tiempo.
Ah, perfecto.
Hay mucho que hacer.
Sí.
En la ciudad y también cerca de la ciudad, 1 hora o menos. Y la comida aquí en México es mucho mejor que los Estados Unidos.
Sí. Es muy diferente.
¿Cuál es su plato favorito en
Acá,
Guadalajara?
en Guadalajara,
Sí.
el pozole y las tortas ahogadas.
Sí.
Sí,
Son 4 tés. Tequila, tortas ahogadas, tacos y tamales.
Sí.
Pura vitamina T. Son tortas ahogadas, muy buenas, más mucho picante.
Ay, no.
¿Ya comieron tortas ahogadas?
Jordan sí, pero no puedo comer harina
Mucho
de
picante.
trigo,
Ah,
gluten, desafortunadamente. Pero tamales sí, enchiladas sí, tacos sí.
Seguimos con las tortas, tacos y tamales.
Sí.
Y tequila.
Y tequila. Guess it doesn't suck that it took us very long to find them.
Socks, that they're way more expensive than in the U.S.
They are.
289 pesos for 8 pairs.
So if the socks are more expensive here in Mexico in Costco than in the US, you might say that's bad. Malsatines.
So we were talking about giving up our car, and instead we're thinking a tangerine colored scooter.
Jordan, do you see this color? You just blew it. This isn't tangerine, this is blue. You blew it.
I set you up for that one. Laska could ride right back here perhaps.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this
If we can
looks
get a
terrifying. I would
modified
not.
one.
I don't even like driving in the safety of a metal box, let alone without all the protection. Forget it. Ah, jeez, I think we're gonna be disappointed. I don't see any feta.
This is our first time buying Costco brand dog food here in Mexico. It's really high quality dog food, and it's food that Laska has eaten pretty much her whole life. And ours is going to be something like 650 pesos. It's a little more expensive because we don't have enough cash to pay with cash, so you have to add like 1 or 2% onto the price if you pay with a credit or debit card.
So yeah, good thing to know, this is way different than in the US. If you pay with cash, you get a better price than with card.
You can pay with debit card and get the same price as cash.
We're in here walking through Costco and someone needed to get by and they said, "Excuse me," and we both sort of stopped like, wait a minute, where are we? Because Costco looks very similar here in Mexico as it does in the US. Actually, it's almost identical. You wouldn't know the difference. It was just so strange to hear someone say that in English. I don't know about you guys, but I think that kind of means that we might be acclimating if it sounds more unfamiliar and weird to hear something in English than to hear it in Spanish. Yay! So we didn't show you guys too much of Costco today. Oh my gosh, it's bright. Because we already did a cost of living in Mexico post of Costco, a Costco of living post video, so we'll link to that in the description. Also put a card right up here.
It's not over yet, but you are destroying me in this competition. In my entire life, I don't think I've ever had Cuban food, but this is our second time trying a Cuban restaurant in Mexico. Our first Cuban restaurant in Mexico we tried in Mazatlan, and that was called Carlos and Lucia's, and this one has a lot to live up to.
It really does. I think every city that we go to, there is seriously something that's so special that makes us think back to that city like, oh, I love this restaurant, or like the tamale guy, or whatever it is. Well, for Mazatlan, I think that's Carlos and Lucia's, and we got to know Carlos and the history behind his restaurant, and how it was him and his wife, and it's a fusion of Mexican and Cuban cuisine, and how much passion that they put into the food in the restaurant. But definitely, if you're ever in Mazatlan, you have to go there, Carlos and Lucia's. But as for this restaurant, it is called La Bodeguita del Medio, La Bodeguita del Medio. And we decided to share a paella, and this particular dish is 289 pesos, but it serves 2 people, and it takes 45 minutes to prepare.
We were in Spain back in, what was it, October, November? We had our first ever paella there. We've had paella one other time here in Mexico, and it did not live up to what we had in Spain.
Well, they also lied to us. They said it didn't have onion or peas, and it had both. So that was an allergic disaster. We're eating dinner tonight at 6:30, which is strangely earlier than we usually eat dinner, because somehow, somewhere, sometime, we got ourselves onto a Mexican eating schedule where we're eating lunch at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon and dinner at like 8 p.m. or later sometimes. But also we were told that due to the events of last night, there's a curfew of 11 p.m. so I don't really know what all that entails. But we can't be out past 11, which means we actually have to get our butts into gear and go out and eat.
So given last night's events, we wanted to share...
Well, we asked you guys, do you want us to talk about that at all? Do you want us to share our opinions on it and perspectives? And I think it was pretty much even split. Yes, tell us what you think. No, don't, you're just perpetuating stuff. That's what the media is for.
But in light of that, we thought it might be a good time to share you the most dangerous...
Share you? We're going to share you.
We're going to share with you the most dangerous thing that's happened to us yet in Mexico.
The most dangerous thing we have ever experienced in Mexico. Why don't you start off with what you thought was happening?
This was our first time in Guadalajara about a month and a half ago. I was just downstairs working on my laptop, and then all of a sudden I hear these crazy noises coming from upstairs. I immediately knew something was very, very wrong.
So here's what's going on with me. I am upstairs, and well, before I share this story, I have to explain something. One of the biggest fears that I have is that I will be in my most vulnerable position, like taking a shower, for instance, and that's when someone decides to come in and rob the house. Or, I don't know, there's an earthquake, or something crazy happens. It's while I'm in the shower, completely defenseless. So here's what's going on. I'm in the shower. completely defenseless, taking a shower. Turn the water off, and then I go to pull back the curtain to get my towel, and I notice something out of the corner of my eye on the shower rod. It is a cockroach. It is a huge cockroach, and if you've seen any of our videos, you know that I do not get along with cockroaches. I hate those bugs. Something in my leg. Something. No, it was a cockroach. No. Well, it's a freaking cockroach. It's right there, and I'm like, nope. So I pull my hand back, but it was too late. This cockroach falls from the freaking shower curtain onto my arm. And this shower in the Airbnb, it was like an airplane shower. Very, very tiny. There's nowhere to go at all except for out. So I try to fling this cockroach off of me and it's not going anywhere. I rip open the curtain. I go to step on the bath mat.
Did you go to step or did you run out of there as fast as you could?
I fled the premises. I tried to step on the bath mat. I stepped on it with one foot, but with all the speed that I had, either I stepped on that and the bath mat went flying, or I didn't make it on the bath mat at all. I stepped my foot out, and then in just a split second, I went from fleeing the shower to flying through the air in slow motion. This was one of those adrenaline moments where you could just see it all happening. You can't do anything. It's like, okay, I'm falling now.
Have you ever had one of those moments in your life where it's like so traumatic that you see it in slow motion? It's happened to me twice.
Back to it. I'm flying through the air, probably completely horizontal at this point. Like, I felt like I got so much air, and I still didn't know where the cockroach was at this point. Was it still on my arm freaking out also? Did I fling it into the shower? Was it somewhere else? I have no idea. Thud. Down on the ground. This is where Jordan comes in. He heard me scream bloody murder, and then I go flying through the air. I thought I might have
Get it together. It's okay.
This was
It's
not
okay.
funny at all. I thought I had broken the floor. Because I hit on the floor so hard. But at that point...
The noises I had heard downstairs were a scream and a thud. I had no idea what happened. I thought it was something seriously bad just happened.
Then trying to get up. This is a tile floor bathroom. So I'm like slipping in, soaking wet. I never got my towel. Soaking wet, slipping and sliding all over this floor to try to get up. And at this point I could tell like I had hurt a bunch of stuff, but I didn't really know. Jordan at this point is up at the bathroom pounding on the door. Let me in, what's going on? And I'm like freaking out because I still don't know where this cockroach is. So I unlock. I didn't know if our host was there, by the way. Still don't have a towel, just flung open the door. Jordan comes inside. He's like, what's wrong? Are you hurt? Are you okay? And I was like, my only concern was where is the cockroach? You need to kill it. Well, ultimately, I somehow, when flying in the air, hit my knee on the underside of the sink, smashed my wrist and my elbow. Thank goodness I didn't crack my head open. But yeah, so as far as what the most dangerous thing in Mexico is, I think it's that. That's my experience. Yes. And slippery bathroom floors.
They say they're harmless. No.
And what do you think of the food?
My first bite, it just didn't live up to the Spanish paella that we had.
The paella that we had in Madrid was very, very good, and it's pretty good, but I feel like we had to add some salt and lime for it to really bring out the flavors.
So there's a competition going on right now. This would be a horrible competition. Scratch that. This would be a horrible competition if I didn't make a single pun.
Hard eye roll.
Please just consider as an act of charity to vote for me.
You, Cuban, be serious. We're at a Cuban restaurant. Cuban, be serious.
I'm just getting assaulted in this competition.
What the shirt are you talking about? What are you doing with that salt?
If I don't start making some better puns, I'm going to be screwed. what? I trust by now you've seen the writing on the wall. You know what? I'm nice, so if it starts raining, you can stand under my umbrella.
Jordan, I don't know what you're talking about, but writing on the wall is a metaphor, not a pun. Disqualified.
Taking the competition to a new level with metaphor puns.
No, it's just a metaphor. It's not a metaphor pun. You can't. Oh my
With
god.
metaphorical puns.
No, still no. You guys are gonna have to let us know who you think won this competition. I don't know about you. I think arroz to the challenge. That's good. Do you want to go for a walk?
You want to go for a walk? Not alert enough to see the car coming. Laska, is that a cat?
Where's the cat? Let me at it. Let me at it. So we recently sent you guys a poll. You guys said for which video we should do next. It was actually a tie between why the US doesn't make sense and what about Mexican culture that we really like. And that's obviously the exact opposite of a previous video that we did where we talked about why Mexico doesn't make sense to us. And also a Q&A where you guys choose the questions and we answer them for you. So look out for those videos coming up this week. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up.
And subscribe to our channel.
We put out new videos just about every day about our adventures and travels and shenanigans in Mexico. And gong that bell, because it's super embarrassing every time I do this and everyone on the street stares at me like this lady that's across the street right now. But also so that you get notified every time we put out a new video and you can be the very first to watch it, and you know you guys are just dying to be the first one to say first on our video. We'll see you on the next one.